Yeah, what's up? What's up, y'all? Woo-hoo.
I'm at the top of what you know. This is not the show. Curtis Blow. My name is Tom speaking. I'm good to go. When I'm setting up camp in stereo. I graduated from the school of the league. I got a diploma on how to make it sweet. It's kind of two ranks with the best, with the human being box. Fresh and fresh. Oh yes, the style. Of course, with finesse. I'm heading for the top. You won't settle for less. I'm throwing down with the touch of class. With the nigga sitting, you can make it shake your don't try to put me in the
Yeah, DJ Star, I see you, boy. From the ones in the queens.
Come on, y'all. Say what? Hello.
I got a sound with the brand new twist and it goes something like this.
Oh, DJ 5 Star. Wasn't ready.
DJ 5 Star.
Sound vision.
Yes.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? Woo-wee. Let's give it up for the general. Y'all saw the general in DC on 2021 inauguration day. That was General Honore. He had that thing locked down, didn't he? But today on Peace in the Morning Show, we got our own general. That's right, we got our own general. Thank you so much, Keith Cole. Too much echo in the building. I got you. We got our own general, DJ 5 Star.
I like that. Can I get an intro like that? Like DJ Millie in the, I don't know. Let's work on it.
Well, as a matter of fact, right now you can get your own intro because it's Millie in the City, y'all, from Beyond the City. Clear TV Productions and News. Millie in the City. Yeah, that's right. What's up, Mr. Purnell? Good morning, peace and love. Tracy Melton, thanks for checking in on the Peace of the Morning Show. And not only do we have the Queen Millie in the City from the Beyond Me show, but we also have a brother who has over 1 million views, over 1.5, probably like 13 crazy, a whole lot of views. This brother is powerful. You're going to hear from him. He's a big brother to me. And guess what? He's celebrating a birthday today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Peace of the Morning Show, Funky Friday. My main man, Ty Gray L. Peace of the Morning, King.
Thank you. It actually, Darius, it was yesterday though, man. 1/21/21.
Oh, that's right. It was 21.
What?
21.
Yep.
21.
Yep.
So you born like in the age of Aquarius. You like you.
Yep.
You
I was
big.
born on the first day in the age of Aquarius.
Yo, man. That mean,
Yeah.
so look, back, we on the Peace of the Morning Show, we freestyle on here. So today, just to give you a little insight, we're gonna take care of things up front. First of all, Big Dreamers, thank you so much for supporting us today and coming out with that sponsorship. But also, I want to thank the people who are always in our corner, who are always there. That's our good and righteous ancestors. So we always got to start off thanking the good and righteous ancestors who brought us across. Do not forget to bless the bridges that bring you across.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so on that note, I want to thank these good people because Millie in the City has been supporting Peace in the Morning Show for a minute now. You know what I mean? And we really appreciate her at DC Live, DCN Entertainment, that crew that brought us through. But listen, your birthday, man, is a special time. So happy solar return to you, King. appreciate you, man. You know, all the work that you're doing, all the things that you've done, you know, and I'm so excited to have you on the show that I got to do a little flow. So I'm a little poet. My name is Meg Dove, in case you didn't know it. And as a matter of fact, it's time for me to show it. I got to let it flow. I got to let it go. And then sure enough, now you about 1, 2, 3, you sure enough know that it's me, Darius A. Stanton, on the Peace in the Morning Show. Come on, y'all. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right on. So look, we're gonna come back with the poetry because I know you're gonna give it to us nice. Ty, some of the stuff you matter of fact, you can do. Are you gonna do a little bit of a black woman smile this morning?
Yeah, that's a really long. That's what they call an epic piece, man. It's really long. So
Right.
I'll do something a little shorter.
Okay.
It's like 6 minutes long, and I'll you know, it needs a little bit of production.
Yeah.
But,
All right.
Well,
yeah.
you know, Ty, what we're going to do, as we talked about in our pre-production meeting, we're going to bring you back to feature. I said feature. This great artist right here. You know what I mean? Because this brother is a multi-talented, multifaceted, out of sight, dynamite king, and you all are going to appreciate it, especially the queens. And as you see the Queen Millie in the city, she has on her pearls and she's donned in those, you know, because we're honoring Queens of the universe. So shout out to all the queens. Thanks to all the queens that are watching the show this morning. Queen Landis, thank you for your support in our community. Tracy Melton, that's right. We got to give it up, right? And so, Millie.
Yes, sir.
You know, before we jump into, you know, tell us about Millie in the City, because if you all haven't seen Millie in the City show, if you all haven't seen her do what she does, she travels all over the country.
I do.
In Texas, she be in Philly, she be in Chicago. I follow you down. You've been to Texas, right?
Oh, I've not been to Texas yet. I had I'm trying to cut this off because I'm on live right now, and I just want to make sure I don't.
I know you got a lot of fans. So
you know,
Philly,
I'm on live. I got my girl. You know what? I got Kendra Hardy. She supports me all day long. I love her so much. Good morning. So I would have done a lot more traveling. Because I'm a host of Beyond Me, the show on Clear Productions TV radio network. Because you just botched the whole thing. You know, I don't want I ain't trying to get my producer like, yeah, he could be like, what? So and we were scheduled to go a lot of different places. I was supposed to be we're supposed to go to the Netherlands.
You went to though? Tell us where you went.
I have gone to I've been to Atlanta. I was in Hotlanta. You know, I was so excited. I've been to Boston. I was in North Carolina when they had the that didn't go well at all. Okay, so they had that when they had the hurricane. I was interviewing the victims there. I was at a church. Where else have I gone? I've gone so many places. North Carolina, South Carolina. And I was set to go so many other places this year. You don't even get it. And I wasn't able to do it. I was so upset, but this pandemic.
It wasn't for you. When it's time, you'll be there. You know what I mean? It's all good.
I can't wait. I can't wait to this year. This year should, Beyond Me, I'm popular, very popular in France. So I'm hoping I get to go to France because I don't know why France love me, but you know, bonsoir.
What you say, Ty? Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. That's all I know.
Hey, well, look.
I don't know.
You got that.
So I'm excited about that.
You got Millie sauce. You listen.
Millie sauce.
You got that Millie sauce. Let me tell you why. When your first impression, the first thing that you said about, you know how people say you are. People judge you by the first impression within the first 7 seconds. Look, and the first thing you called me was a sugar daddy.
Sugar daddy.
So that's sauce right there. That's sauce with me. That's sauce with me. So if you greet everybody like that, you just got that Millie sauce. And they want you in France. They want you in Georgia. They want you in Carolina. They want you everywhere.
Right, basically.
Oh, that trumps your whatever you used to call me. What you used to call me? Because that Millie sauce that trumps whatever you used to call me.
Hey, well, that's why he's the king. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Chocolate bolt, the sauce.
That's right, chocolate bolt. Millie bolt, chocolate bolt.
Yeah, Millie sauce. Yeah. That's kind of sexual. That was kind of sexual.
Hey, guess what, Millie? You like it, I love it. So let's go with it.
Right,
Millie,
right. Thank
Millie
you so
Shaw.
much.
There you go. So Millie, tell us, the 2021 inauguration. So first of all, it was on the backdrop of military, just, the United States Capitol being
Yes.
created, peed on, pooped on, broken into, you named it, smashed up. They just went in there and acted a complete fool, right? And tore that up 2 weeks ago. And they cleaned it up and got it together. And of course, it was, did you see the pictures of the brothers in there cleaning? Of course, the brothers, here we go. Hold on. I don't know if I've got some music for this. Here we come to save the day.
Oh my God. What is I can't.
I mean, so they had to call Honore. Does anybody remember General Honore from what he did down in Katrina in New Orleans?
I do.
I do not. Oh, there's the music.
Right.
There's the There we go.
I love five, man.
That's funny. That's good.
I
That's
love
right,
it.
Billy.
Right on
That's
cue.
right. That's right.
We
Hey,
always-
Billy, you're gonna have to get you a general on your show to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to get I have a general. That's my producer. I've got to tell him I need more. Like I got my own commercials and everything. You've got it. I know you've seen it, but my commercials.
I know, because you're on the ball. You're on the ball. So okay, let's get back to the inauguration. So 2021, all the fanfare. The who's who was still in the building, even though it could, you had Corona and you've got, the fear of another insurrection or people trying to take people out. But
True.
but it was people dressed to the nine, sharp as
Woo!
line. So break it down, Millie. What was your favorite part of the
Okay,
whole?
so the whole thing was my favorite part. I'm gonna get judged, but it started with Garth Brooks. I was like, come on, Garth, and people are mad at Garth because he went to the inauguration and he said, I can't say that word, but he was like, I don't care.
Oh, did he?
Garth came in, and then people were mad because he had on jeans. What do you mean? He's a country singer. He came in like Garth.
Right.
He looked like Garth. He sounded beautiful. I loved him. I loved Garth, but I couldn't even get past the announcement of Michelle and Barack Obama. Michelle came in with the curls on fleek. Are we still using this word? I don't know. But Michelle came in with the burgundy and the belt, and the hair was the curls. I tried to do that yesterday. It didn't work. But this baby came to slay. I couldn't even get past it. And then oh my gosh, she looked so amazing. Then
Yeah,
you
I love
had-
that color. I love that color she had on. That was
Oh my gosh! Like I'm on the websites now trying to order me the whole jacket and the belt and everything. I get my hair done and everything. I wanna interview her hairdresser because I already sent her a message. I was like, "Boop, please call me, please call me." Oh my gosh! And then so I went and I did a piece, and I got corrected. It was Amanda Gorham, 22 years old.
Yes.
Did you see the yellow and the red? I couldn't even get past it. I could not get past it. And then J-Lo walks out like the Latina goddess she is. I loved everything. It was.
But go back to Amanda real quick. So one of the reasons that I was so inspired to bring and reach out to our brother this morning, our very own poet here on the Peace in the Morning show. That sister, when she came out there in the yellow, and then she started to talk about the light, and then the sun opened up in the sky, and just the heavens just smiled upon her and just beamed down on her. And then it just, and I tell you the one thing that I love about it, and I said this yesterday on our other show, The Lights at the Round Table. She is magnificent. However, it's so unfortunate that we only get a chance to see us in those lights in very isolated moments, when the truth of the matter is there are hundreds of millions of children, young people, women, men, talented, just like that and beyond. You know, and unfortunately, that's not what gets promoted. That's not what gets pushed.
No, I don't agree. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that.
I'm glad
I don't agree with that at all.
People sit on the show when people see people, battle. So come on with it then if you don't agree, because I
don't agree with that. I think that this beautiful 22-year-old Amanda is going to bring in the heaviness. There's all of those young people you're talking about. They saw her.
Well, but
now they're going to come
so
out.
my point is they exist.
She opened up the floodgates.
In our living
She
room.
opened it up.
In our living rooms, in the homes of African Americans, in the homes of Africans, of Caribbean, people of African descent all over the world, in our living rooms, that's who we are. That's who our young people
exactly.
are. That's who we are.
And now she's gone viral. They've already made memes about her. They've already made all types of things about her. And she has gone viral. And there's some little kid or kids that are going to say, I can do that as well. And she opened the floodgates. It had to be her. It had to be at that time. It had to be at that moment. So I feel I agree with most everything you say. But in this particular case, now, mind you, all the other things that happened, she did the poetry, right?
Okay, she did the poetry.
Amazing. So now all the businesses that may have been struggling, that didn't even know about that one outfit, and I'm not trying to be funny, but didn't even know about that outfit she had on, didn't know how they could do their hair like that, didn't know how they could look like that and be like that. So she done opened up the floodgates. Businesses also may flourish. Retailers now that didn't even know. Even Michelle Obama's hairdresser. You know how much love she's going to get? Do you know how much love the Peacoat is getting now? Do you know how much it wasn't just white women wearing it? It was now Michelle, Amanda, all of them just came dressed to the nine. So everybody now is making.
I'll tell you whose outfit I like.
Ideas about the business.
Jill Biden, Dr. Biden. That green she had on with that coat and that,
Did you see the green she had? Oh, did you see what his granddaughters?
I did.
Woo!
Yeah, but but that Dr. Biden hookup was tight. I thought that was nice.
Yeah, all the ladies looked amazing. The men looked amazing, but the ladies stole the show, and it's about daggone time. Nobody was busting it.
Clyburn with his South Carolina State hat on, representing historically black colleges and universities.
I saw that, and then thank God I got Kendra Hardy, because I'm going to tell you, I got to make sure now. Mr. Ty Gray, she wants me to let you know that you're a cake daddy, because a cake daddy holds his shape. That's what you want me to tell you. Okay. So that's what you want me to tell you. But so Michelle Obama,
we gotta work on that side. Make sure back
Obama, let me see. Michelle Obama wore a black designer named Sergio Hudson.
Okay.
Now the flex, see, now you don't even get it. Like, I know you be looking sharp. I've seen you look sharp, sir. But the way that all the ladies represented, now we're going to put some money back into the economy and to the small businesses. And to this Sergio Hudson, oh my gosh, he's probably going to, I want to order from him if I can afford it,
Hey, look.
This inauguration did more than people actually think, and they just opened up the floodgates for everything. I loved it in every single way. Every part about it, I loved.
So how about the fact that people all over the radio, Ty, you can appreciate this, from being right here in the DMV. Howard University was put on stage like never before. So in case you didn't know before, about HBCU and how historically black colleges and universities, you now know about Howard University and what it did, in terms of the caliber of quality that people coming out of Howard are able to produce. Messiah Ramkisoon, one of your good brothers, Ty, My brother, another Howard University graduate. But being able to really exude the beauty of HBCUs, the beauty of African American queens, the beauty of African American youth, all of those things, the fact that, Obama, the president, was there with his, former first lady. And the other thing that I want to be able to, just identify with is the fact that, in my opinion, it's totally my opinion, Obama was, a phenomenal image for us, because for 8 years, you got a chance to see Black men and families in a light that you don't often get to see. Think about some of the top shows on television right now: Empire and Power. Now I know those are shows, Millie. So I ain't gonna get into it too. But I gotta say, those are the worst depictions of Black families you could have right now. Okay. That being said, that's what's portrayed of us, and so for children to see, for adults to see, for other people to see, then have a great adornment and a respect for our intellect, our ability, our capacity, and all the wonderful things that we are all the time, that we got to wait on that. And that's why I need y'all to push positive news. So right now, hashtag push positive news, hashtag Peace in the Morning Show. And if you get a chance, we're going to drop it today. I want you to also hashtag the Life Magazine. That's right, TheLyfe Magazine. And the reason why is because, that's right, the Life Magazine, put that out there. Look it up online, because right now, your brother, Darius Stanton, DJ 5-Star, Darlene Brown, and Marcus Johnson are in the Life Magazine on the cover. This month's issue, winter January issue of the Life Magazine right now is featuring none other than Positive Media, our other show. Right. Thank you, DJ the General, for being a part of the Peace in the Morning Show, King DJ 5-Star. And it's time for us to crank it up a little bit. It's Funky Friday. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the 2021 inauguration, that parade that was ice cold, chili in a mug. And then we're going to get to Cake Daddy.
That's interesting. That's right.
We will get to Cake Daddy. IQL.com. What's up, Ty?
Man, it's really, the universe is marvelous, because you call me Cake Daddy, right? But check this out. A part of Breath of My Ancestors podcast, one of the segments in the podcast features the historical adventures of Lightning Gray, the Cakewalker. So then people don't know what cakewalking is. Cakewalking, we started cakewalking. The Lindy Hop and Jitterbug and all those dances come from cakewalking, because you heard the term "that takes the cake," or life ain't gonna be no cakewalk. Well, that comes from when we were enslaved, and the slave owners had bumper crops on Saturday nights. If they had a bumper crop, everything came in well. We danced, they enjoyed it, and whoever won the dance took the cake.
See, now you've got to thank Kendra Hardy for this one. I said Sugar Daddy, but Kendra Hardy said she changed it, and she is. You should see her on my live. She is like, yeah. You got to look her up so y'all can connect. So we're on break, right? We're on break.
We're not on break yet. We ready to crank it up. We going to DJ 5-Star. He gonna light it up for us. Cause this Funky Friday, we get busy, baby. Here on the Peace in the Morning Show. It's Funky Friday, baby. DJ 5-Star. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring it to you. This is Queen Aya Tuesday. That's right. It's my jam. Let's go to the show. Lay down, y'all.
And it's called "The Gaga Ode to My Ancestors." I feel like it's a perfect record. Ode to my ancestors. I love the Queen's music, man. Peace in the Morning Show. How y'all doing?
5-Star.
Gaga la Messio, Gaga la Kakiwe, Gaga
Talk to him, Mr. Smith. I see you. It's the vibe for me. It's the vibe for me.
Hey! Oh!
We wake them up in the morning. We wake them up in the morning. Peace
Yo,
in the morning.
yo. We got the
I play that all the time. Chuck Baby. Yes.
Huh?
Chuck
Hey,
Baby.
look, we want to give thanks and praises. Welcome back to the Peace of the Morning Show. This is Darius Say Standard Funky Friday, baby, with DJ 5 Star.
5 star.
That's right, the gentleman. We have none other than Millie in the City on the show this morning. Peace and love, Queen. Welcome back to the Peace of the Morning Show this morning.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
We are so excited. You got the pearls and everything. You know,
I got the. It's for you. It's for the show. I doubled up on the pearls.
there you go. Double up, get up. And also, you can catch Millie's in the City. That's right, on the host of the Beyond Me show. The show currently is on the Clear Productions TV radio network. Did y'all hear that?
Right.
Clear
I had to
Productions
get it right.
TV
So I got
radio
news,
network.
though. I got news, Darius,
Okay,
because
come on with the news. We listening.
next month, I don't have an exact date, but next month I'll be on Beyond Me. We'll have his first show on the WB in New Orleans.
What?
On the WB, on the
Hey, that's what it's all about. We got to push positive media. I got a call yesterday from Sister Lala Habia. If you have not checked out her music, we play her music pretty frequently on here. Very talented queen, Lala Hadid. And Lala said, look, Darius, we want to do a mash. So I want y'all to look forward to this. We're going to pull together a host of positive media outlets and bring us all together on one platform and jam it up, mash it up. What you think about that?
I hope I get a phone call. I really hope I get a phone call.
Really, I don't mean, I'm just saying, you know, of course, Millie, you're going to get a phone call. Of course. And Ty Gray L, you got something coming up on the note from a podcast perspective. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. The Breath of My Ancestors podcast. You can find it at tygrayl.com. It's all Ty Gray L everywhere, at Ty Gray L on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on everywhere. Ty Gray L. But the podcast you're talking about positive is it's called Breath of My Ancestors. And it's called that because that's what my entire being has developed into. That is the path that God put me on. I think Millie mentioned the hurricanes. And I wrote a book entitled Breath of My Ancestors. The reason why I wrote it is because when you think about it, Of all Mother Nature's weather, of all the elements that Almighty God sends to this earth, the hurricane is the single most devastating by none. Nothing can compare to the force, power, and magnitude associated with a hurricane. Avalanches, earthquakes, tsunami, typhoon, monsoon, the ratio, tornado, none of them can compare. Matter of fact, over 100 separate tornadoes were seen to spin off of Hurricane Katrina way back in the day. Hurricanes have been known to reach sustained winds of over 200 miles per hour, lasting 7 consecutive days or more, which is more power than all the world's nuclear arsenals combined. Now get this, Millie. Hurricanes do not come, or very seldom come off the Pacific. They do not come off the Indian, nor do they come off the Arctic Ocean. They come off the Atlantic Ocean. They all get started as tropical depressions around the western shores of Africa, take virtually the same route as the slave trade, and slam primarily into the southern states of America. And so, for all these reasons, I submit hurricanes are the breath of my ancestors. And so, my job is to be the voice of my ancestors. So I've written books, and that the podcast is coming because, you talking about being positive. We got to work on this whole notion of race and racism. Because think about it for a second, everybody that's in the listening audience. Just think about it for a second. Imagine a world where character was king and race was only a verb. Those now renowned who made race a noun would be counted among the absurd if race was only a verb, because that's all race should be, is a verb. We shouldn't be judging each other by the color of our skin. We should be judged by the content of our character, according to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And so that's my job. My job on this earth is to represent. I'm no longer a Negro. Look, I stand on the shoulders of my ancestors, brave, no longer a Negro, no longer a slave. So that's my job. So the podcast is Breath of My Ancestors. Go to tygrayl.com. You'll see, but actually the flagship, there are some episodes out there now, but the flagship episode will be the first week in Black History Month, which to me, that's a misnomer because every month is Black History Month. I mean, everybody on this earth come from us. So anyway,
Yeah.
Right, brother.
But I'm impressed because you're a fashionista. I just realized that. I was listening to you talk about all those fashions, everything. I realized you're a fashionista. You had that.
Well, look, I had a little bit of help. I got my sisters Kendra and on it trying to tell me all of these things because I used to be a tomboy and I could care less. But I realized that now that I'm in the public eye, I've got to make sure I represent the best that I can. So I do my best. I got good friends to help though. My daughter is everything fashion. So I got to do better, so that's what I'm trying to do.
We're the first at it too. I mean, and I applaud you because all of it, every when you think about all of the so-called European fashion, the fashion that comes out of France, the fashion that comes out of Spain, and all the fashion that comes, that if you go back to Africa, you'll find we set the tones for all of that. People talking about, I heard somebody say, well, she wears too much makeup. That's European. No, that's not European. Black women was putting on makeup when the Europeans still thought the world was flat. Black women was wearing fashion when Europeans were scared of fire. So come on now. If we're gonna do the real, let's get it right. Let's get it right. So
I wasn't ready for that. I couldn't wait for him to get started, and boy, did he start.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of which, in honor of the Queen and the Pearls and all of our queens, think about it for a moment. Think about the power of the first woman on the planet. Think about the power of the term in itself, Mother of Earth, Mother of the universe. Think about that. You know, we had Tony Browder on a program. You get a chance, go check out our African school called Al-Kabilon Shule, which is Al-Kabilon was the continent's name prior to the Danish man naming it Africa. It was Al-Kabilon out of Kemet. And Shule is the word, Kiswahili word for school. So every Saturday, first Saturday morning of the month, we have Al-Kabilon Shule from 10 o'clock to 12:30 p.m. So go to www.alkabilonshule, I'll put it in the chat.com. That's Al-Kabilon Shule. And Tony Browder talked about, you know, the essence of what we come from. And, you know, scientifically, you know, he broke it down and really a lot of myths regards to religions and where, you know, all of the major religions come from. But the key to what he said was that we are basically made of stardust. You know, that the composition, when you look at, find out who we really are, what makes us up, what is, you know, it's cobalt, you know, these, you know, looking at the essence of who we are. And so when you realize that, and you realize the greatness of our queens, and that's why, you know, we want to be able to constantly promote and push men for domestic peace, because we want to make sure that we're treating queens with the most utmost respect, utmost care and love. We make mistakes. I've made mistakes. We've done wrong, but God knows we got to constantly push and pull on each other to make sure that we lift up queens, that we lift up princesses, that we lift up little girls and make them feel good about themselves and not treat them, you know, as sexual objects or things to be played with or toyed with or beat on or abused and neglected. We must take care and uplift and pride ourselves in shining light on the rare beauty of our queens. And that's what Vice President Harris presented when she walked out on that podium.
Oh my God.
You know,
Who was the little girl?
Yeah.
Who was the little girl with the ponytails? Was that her niece? She was like, I'm going to the White House. I'm going to the White House. Did you see her? Was that the niece or who was that?
Yeah.
The little girl, did y'all see that?
Yeah, I know. I saw her, but I don't know who she was. That I don't know.
I thought maybe she was like a niece or something. She was excited, and that's gone.
Her niece was interviewed. I did see an interview with her niece, but I'm not sure.
This little girl was like 5 or 6.
Okay.
She had a pea coat as well. Everybody was dressed.
Hey, no doubt. So go ahead.
So I just had this conversation yesterday. I just want to. Real quick. Well, first, I didn't know. You said somebody was on the Life magazine. Name those people again.
Oh, the Life magazine. Marcus Johnson, DJ 5 Star, Darlene Brown, and Darius A.
She is my. Well, we know you on it.
But yeah, I didn't know who you were looking for.
Is my spiritual mentor. You don't even know. I love her.
Wow.
Love her. So I just want to talk real quick about empire and power. I see what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Am I wrong?
I'm not a 50 Cent. I'm not a 50 Cent fan at all. I do not like him at all.
Okay.
Sorry. He doesn't care. I think he's a bully. However, I'm still watching it. I'm not gonna lie. And he putting people to work. He putting our people to work and showing us how it really is out here on the streets and how it was. I always have a question. He brought a whole new cast of young Black actors in. He even put the comedian Lunel in there. I mean, he's giving people work. He's making. Come on, man. You got to look at that. Our Black actors we've never seen. You know,
who wants to respond first before I jump in? I don't want to be the first one to.
I didn't say I did not. I don't
okay,
like
I'll jump in and say this. That
because when you say you putting people to work, so are crack deals.
Well, so okay, but let me just jump in.
They got to get their hustle on.
I want to jump in on the side of Millie, understanding exactly what you're saying, Darius.
Okay.
Here's what. Okay, so I'm an eternal optimist, and the only reason why I'm an optimist is because our ancestors were optimistic enough for us to get here. So
Wow.
where 50 Cent is, where Power is, where a lot of the images are that still or project us in a negative light, we have to understand how far we have come, and those are still stepping stones.
Thank you.
Those are still avenues for us to get better and evolve and get better and get better and get better. We saw this past week at the first African American Black woman sitting in the White House. Prior to that, the only place you could find a Black woman was on her knees scrubbing in the kitchen. So we have to take into account how far we have come. And even though we might not like the characters of 50s and people who have project the images that are negative, those images exist. They need to be showcased in order for us to have a barometer. And so I understand exactly what you're saying. I also understand that there's a law that governs all events, and we see these images because we have to. They exist because they have to, and we have to work towards making the images that are portrayed of us better. So that's my
Okay, I hear you.
Thank you, Ty. Can I ask you one quick question? I want to go, and I'm gonna call my boyfriend when this show is over and ask him, can I be Cake Daddy's friend? Okay, because I need to be your friend. Thank you, sir. You and I need to go out and have.
If I ain't known each other, I would think that you made that response strictly because you got the new name Cake Daddy and you like it. But I'm
no. Okay, look.
Yeah, I trying to throw you in the
hold on, let me get 5. So what you say 5? You know, I'm gonna get you in on this 5. What say you?
I am definitely feeling Ty Gray. I am an internal optimist, and I understand that there is a little bit of bad in everything good that's done. There is a little bit of good in everything bad that's done. And so as an internal optimist, I'll focus on the positive. So I think, yes, you're right. We want more shows that portray the family unit. But however, that's not our history. Our history has shown that we've had challenges. We've been targeted by the media to put tattoos on our face so we can go get arrested and not be marketable. And so sometimes that's the reality. I remember Tupac saying it best. Like he talked about his reality, but he also had a balance. He also had keep your head up. It was a balance. So I agree that there can be more of a balance, but I cannot say that we're going to remove these shows and stop taking jobs away, as the Queen said.
Hey,
I love you too. Can I be your friend? I gotta ask. I gotta get permission though.
New
friends.
Tell him I'm happily married. We good. We
we're good. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Darius, can I share a piece of? I need to share a piece before we get off the show because
I definitely want
the show's almost over. Oh no!
But so you want to share the piece now?
No, because this is just topical, man. I got 70 pieces of poetry in my head.
Okay, well then, so go ahead. I got something for y'all. As soon as you share that piece, I got something for you.
Well, I want to quote Dr. Martin Luther King, and I want to share a piece of poetry about our melanin and about who we are and what we've overcome. It speaks to what we've overcome, and just so much is pregnant in this piece. So anyway, just before Dr. Martin Luther King got assassinated and was murdered, he did a speech, and in the speech he said, we don't have anything to be ashamed of. Because somebody told a lie one day. They couched it in language. They said everything Black was ugly and evil. Look in the dictionary at the synonyms of the word Black. There's always something degrading, low, and sinister. Look at the word white. It's always something pure, high, and clean. But I want to get the language right. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will say, yes, I'm Black, and I'm beautiful, and I'm proud of it, unquote. So I got to thinking about Dr. King's quote. Why would anybody go to such great lengths as to change the lexicon and make the language so that Black cake is devil food. White cake is angel food. How come a white cat crossing your path isn't bad luck, but a black cat is? How come the worst day in the history of days was a black day? And two things came to mind. One is greed, and the other is envy. And so I'd like to share this piece with you about melanin, because that's what they are envious of. They are envious of our melanin. So let's talk a couple of minutes about melanin. Consider some things, if you would. Let's try and get up under our skin, because there's some things, if you don't know, you should. Melanin, you see, is a primary cause. It's the balm that makes us so smooth. And without it, some folk break spiritual laws. Its absence makes some folk uncouth. Without it, your brain would completely shut down. No rhythm, no rhyme, no dance. Without black melanin, you couldn't hear a sound and your eyes could never glance. See, at the base of your brain is the locus ceruleus, where sweet black melanins contain, and the God of our fathers put plenty in us, but with others he refrained. Your melanin is more than just pigment, you know. Your melanin controls your psyche. It's a gift your creator saw fit to bestow, and while LeBron jumped so high in those Nikes, it's why we run faster. It's why we jump higher. It's why we wrinkle less too. It's why we love stronger. It's why we pray longer, and why we forgive and bless you. You see, melanin enhances all circumstances. It's why we are so spiritual. The lack of it lances, makes evil advances, thinks linear, seldom spherical. All but the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, they crave tall, dark, and handsome. It's how we survive such physical abuse and why we've been held for ransom. So let nobody fool you. I'm here to school you. Your melanin is an asset, and many are they who, if had their way, would sit exactly where you now sit. So cherish your blessing. Start right now confessing your love for your built-in tan, and thank God again for the skin you're in. Give him all the praise you can. Thank God again for your melanin. I just had to get that in there. And the reason why I wanted to get that in there right now is because, you know, 50 Cent, Ice Cube, any of the images that are being portrayed on the street, I used to be that. I evolved from that. And that is a part of our story. Man, I got a story of when the Cakewalker, when Lightning Gray, the historical adventures of Lightning Gray, the Cakewalker, he tells a story about how when he was told when he was a child that all blacks were hatched from buzzard eggs, the bad ones, and all the good ones were grown on a jigaboo tree. So my point is that we have evolved, we have overcome all of that. And 50 and power and all of these images and, you know, Ava DuVernay and all of the things, the images that we are now seeing, this is a part of our story, and we should embrace it, because we look at what he's doing. Now, he came from you know, hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and now he's helping to raise our consciousness. So, you know, we can't discount none of that. Yeah, we got problems, but we're working through them. And as an optimist, like Five Star said, we getting better. So that's about 2 cents. I'm done. Go ahead. Okay. All right. Come on.
Deep.
Come on now. I know you coming back. Come on.
Deep. It's on you, Darius. You muted. We can't hear you yet. He thinking his thoughts.
So,
Uh-oh.
where I appreciate,
Your camera froze. There we go. All right, you back.
where I appreciate the fact that people are being employed,
Mhm.
where I appreciate the fact that people are able to feed their families and boost their careers and improve their resumes and credits. I cannot, we're not in a point. Things aren't equal right now.
Mhm.
See, I turned 50 years old last year. And in 1989, in the District of Columbia, I grew up outside of the DC area in Annapolis, Maryland. And at that point in time, you know, I'm in the Generation X. I see some of my classmates, Kimberly Craig, Brother Arden Smith. You know, during that time, and Ty, you can remember this. You know, I'm sure Millie, you remember this. But during this time, it was called, we were called Young, Black, and Extinct. Generation X was based on that because in DC they had 500 murders. Well, guess what? For the last 30 years, the District of Columbia, Louisiana, Oakland, Chicago, St. Louis, East St. Louis, Baltimore City have had over 300 murders annually of Black boys and girls. The state of Maryland has more Black people incarcerated than per capita Black men than any other state in the country. The United States of America imprisons more Black people than any other country. They've imprisoned more people than any other country in the world, 3 times over. So I respect that, but I really respect people being bold for good. If you in power, act like you in power. If you got a seat at the table, use that seat at the table. We watched BET for years go with gangster rap and drug rap and shooting and killing and busting and all of that. We watched that for decades. And where did that get us? Where did that put us? How many images of us do you see on television like the young lady that was the 22-year-old in the District of Columbia on the mic in front of the world? How many images of those you see? So when we get chances to promote images of us at this day and age, with the amount of abuse and neglect that our children see in families, then I don't mean no harm, but I don't have time to be putting a whole lot of energy and a whole lot of money, you know, because now we're here. So you came up with the first pal, you come up with the second. Now you got a whole new slew of crew that you out there. Why not use that and put images out there? Strife, drama, we go through that. But that's not what makes us who we are. Reality is what you make it. And when you get an opportunity to make reality, you got to make reality what it is. Not what, oh, okay, well, this is what we're dealing with. Yeah, some people getting paid, some people getting jobs. They're getting jobs based on what? Because children are watching that and we're imitating that. It'd be a different story if we weren't imitating the art that's on television. But we imitate that art and we're dying. And we're dying at the hands based on images. I got to give credit where credit is due. I got a business partner named Aaron Ike Owens. Check him out, educationoverentertainment.org. Aaron Ike Owens gave us this title for the other show that we do, Lights at the Round Table. I want you to watch this, listen to me real carefully when I say this. You are what you digest.
Absolutely.
You are what you digest. So if we keep feeding each other these images of us that are not positive, that are not productive, that are teaching us how to beat our family, teaching us how to stab each other in the back, all of that stuff happens, but is that what we got to continuously perpetuate? We already made money off that.
50 ain't going nowhere, babe. 50 is not going anywhere. However, you forgot, so you don't watch the show, right? So you didn't see the part where they're in college. You didn't see the young sister that always had something to say when she was talking, about the realization of being Black. You didn't see that although it was portrayed that Tariq, although is a monster and things of that nature, he still kept his grades up. He still speaks eloquently. Nobody saw that though. See, it's good and bad everywhere. And the white man always is at the center of the problem. I just watched
Well,
Rush Hour 2. I just watched Rush Hour 2. And I never forget something that he said. What's his name? The comedian.
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker. He said, I can't quote it now, but he said in that movie, you want to follow the money, you follow that white man. At every head of crime and everything like that, there's always a white man running it. Y'all don't see those little things that, although it's bad, but you don't see the beauty and the goodness that comes that they portray also. So I see that, but you don't see the good. Tariq's still in college. He still got professors. They still have studies. They still do those type of things. He still was making grades. Smart as a whip. He a monster, but smart as a whip. Smart as a whip. And we've got musical geniuses on Empire. Okay. He even bought, what's his name? The white girl, the daughter. I forgot. Die Hard dude. Bruce Willis's daughter. She was on the show. I mean,
hey, so look. My debate is not with the opportunity. My debate is not with the flash of positivity that occurs. My debate is with the fact that when you ask right now, because I did it, right? I did it 2 summers ago. I did it last year. I asked people I spoke to, what are the top 3 shows in the Black community on television right now? And they said Power, Empire, and Love and Hip Hop, right? So remember what I said. You are what you digest. Yeah. So if we're digesting, if this is what we're digesting, and that's what we're watching, and we watch more television, so just understand the numbers here. Black people watch more television than any other demographic in America. We only make up 13%, but we watch more TV. So if we're watching TV that much, that means it's a major influence over how we eat. And why is that important? That's important because we are the ones that are dying from COVID-19, not because just strictly COVID-19, which you don't always see. The majority of the people that have COVID-19, over 95% are living. This is a very few percentage of the people that are dying, right? You just gotta look at the number. But the reason why we're dying at the rates that we're dying is because we have pre-existing conditions. The majority of those pre-existing conditions come from what? The way we eat. Number 2, in addition to the way we eat, the way we behave, right? So there was a brother that put a post up about his family. His family was focused on being positive, excited about the outfit they had, the young sister. And he said, today, can we just push out there, images of this young 22-year-old who was such a brilliant, talented, instead of twerking. And he got lit up. They attacked him. There's nothing wrong with me being a Black woman and twerking. No, you can do what you want to do. The question is the imagery and digesting what we put in. If we keep feeding that to our children and we want a different result, because of those are the top 3 shows that we have on television. And that's what our families are watching every day. And that's what we're absorbing. And oh, by the way, we going to jail at rates. Black women are the fastest growing population to be incarcerated. So we got shows that are promoting Black women going to jail. So
let me jump in and say this to you, man.
Come on with it, brother, because I'm listening.
I completely agree. I completely agree with everything you're saying. And
wait a minute now, you agree with me or you agree with Cake Mama?
No,
you know what?
He
just said
we're making the argument is not exclusive, not mutually exclusive. The argument is that
Kimberly Craig said
let me say this.
Balance. She said it's a balancing act.
Okay, and let me just share this part. So my story is, I've been where 50 Cent is.
Right.
My story, and I'm candid about it, man. I spent 7 years in federal correctional institutions.
I've been
a drug addict.
He's not in federal prison now. He's in Hollywood making production. But go ahead.
My point is these stories that are being told and these images, you're right. The images that we see, we are what we eat. And when I say eat, there's everything we consume. Visual consumption, audio consumption. People have argued back and forth that, gangster rap doesn't have a negative effect. Come on, we know it has a negative effect, but we know these images. My point is that the stories that are being told, right, the ones that we're discussing, these immediate ones we're discussing right now, they are our stories. So let me just share this back during that era that you were talking about, when DC and Baltimore were, I think for 4 years running, DC was the murder capital of the world 1 year. Then Baltimore was the murder capital of the world. Then DC, then Baltimore, then DC, then Baltimore. I remember they had a program we used to come on called City Under Siege. My next door neighbor was on City Under Siege 4 times, where they showed all the murders and everything. My point is that these stories, this is who we actually are. So now you have somebody who has lived that life and now is portraying that life, and we only heard about it, we saw it, but now it's actually on being portrayed on television. And I'm thinking, just my thoughts, that this is just a part of our evolution. Listen, brother, we are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's what we are. But we're also hatred, slander, lewdness, murders, theft, and everything. That's who we are. We are two selves. And this is just a portrayal. My point to you and to all of us is that what we got to do is find ways to do what we're doing right now and get more positive images to drown out those. But those that we see, they ain't going away. That's who we are. It's a part of who we are. And I'm not mad with 50 Cent for being who he was. This dude got shot 9 times. He got shot 9 times, and he comes on. He doing what he knows to do. And
Absolutely.
It's a part of our evolution. It's a part of our evolution. What you ought to do, Darius A. Stanton, and what Ty Grael is supposed to do, and what 5 Star is supposed to do, and Millie's supposed to do, is we are supposed to bring those images so that when 50 does see, oh, well, wait a minute, here, these people are doing this over here. Maybe one day he'll come and take some of the money that he's getting to support what we're doing. I'm just saying.
Let me
You never know.
This is not a for me an attack on 50. It's an attack on the product that we're pumping, that we are digesting, right? So check that out. So we have a responsibility for it, but it's okay. And the reason why we think it's okay is not okay, but the reason why we think it's okay is the same reason why we'd be willing to go take a vaccine instead of changing the diet and eating. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because
taking the vaccine.
Because
I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. That's an exaggeration.
Yeah, I need about.
But Darius, you're not looking at the.
But for those of us who understand our health, right? So we're now eating foods that cause mucus on the body. The mucus in the body. Mucus breeds acid. And what mucus does, when the mucus fills up the lung and you then contract COVID, guess what happens? You can't cough it up. You basically die off your spit, right? But why are you dying off your spit? Again, it's back to what we eat. But we are willing to turn a blind eye to things so we can in comfort, right? And I didn't understand this until one day Dr. Bruce was on our show. Dr. Bruce Purnell, Love More. We were talking about, this is when we were having the debate about the NFL. And Dr. Bruce said, one of the reasons why people won't give up the NFL, because notice what happens, okay? Notice what happens when you hold your dollar and you boycott the dollar, right? Apartheid in South Africa didn't stop until Coca-Cola and other major international companies say we will no longer sell Coca-Cola in South Africa. The Redskins, the Washington Redskins, did not change their name and make it to the playoffs. I'm gonna just throw that in there until they changed their name to the Washington football team. Guess what made them change their name? Not the Indians, not the people that thought that it was racist that they had a skin here, Indian heat on their helmet, but FedEx, Nike, and their investors said, if you don't change your name, we're going to take our name off your building and we're going to stop sponsoring and endorsing you. So therefore, your money.
They're not going to change Jerry Jones, though. They're
But
not going to
that's
change
not
Jerry
what-
Jones.
that's not what
Hey,
Tom-
Jerry-
but
No,
that's
they
not-
changed Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones got on his knees. He acted like he wasn't about kneeling. He got on his knees when they stopped watching football. Oh, they changed Jerry Jones while he was talking all that stuff. He got on his knees when he got that
And he
Oh.
call.
didn't change.
Hey,
You,
but-
you tried it.
Hold
He
it,
didn't
hold it,
change
hold
at all.
it. So hold it. We not. That's not what caused that. The dollar had something to do with it, but actually it was the Black Lives Matter movement and all this upheaval.
They did what? They did what? They made Washington change their name to Washington Football.
Oh, this is a whole nother show. Uh-oh.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I say that. It's because all that upheaval from this summer, and all these people riding and going up and down the streets tearing up is what ultimately caused Nike and those people to pull their dollars.
Right.
And once
Okay.
they pull their
I
dollars-
don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. I don't
Yeah,
disagree
okay,
with
I'm
that.
just saying.
But this is the key. The uprisings, as energetic and as powerful as they were, to the extent that they were, did not make them change it. It was when the uprising impacted Nike and FedEx, and Nike and FedEx pulled the plug.
I got
That's what made them change it. So my point to you is, when we hold that dollar, and we got to understand the value of our eyes when we watch content on television,
Right.
we are promoting. We
Right.
are promoting. So while y'all giving y'all dollars, you got to go to the source. Millie in the City
But
just said it. She said it.
But how
Go
do
watch
you
it.
promote your dollars if you don't see it? Let me
Say
give you an
what?
example. How do you promote your dollars if you don't see it? Okay, so just follow me on this one real quick. You don't like Love and Hip Hop. I love it because I'm hip hop. I'm hip hop all day long.
I ain't
so
never
I
watched
watch
the
it.
episode.
Yandy Smith. Okay. All right. So Yandy Smith, right? So Yandy Smith gets on there and talks about Black Lives Matter. She's always doing something, but she was on Love and Hip Hop. Okay. So say for instance, Yandy Smith and all the other ladies on Love and Hip Hop, for example. All right. Now say they got famous by one thing. I got it. Negative, but then they started to do something positive. So each one of them, wait. Each of them have a foundation. Each one of them have a clothing line. Each one of them have nails or whatever they're doing. So now I can put my money into a black business. I would have never known they existed if they weren't on Love and Hip Hop, if they weren't on Power. There's one lady on Empire. She had a bald head. Her name is not coming to me. Her song made me cry. I was in tears. I bought her music. I would have never known she existed if she wasn't on Empire. Never, ever known. So look at it that way also. I agree with what you're saying. I get
hear
that.
you.
I would have never known. But some of these ladies are doing it like they're just doing a lot of positive things.
I credited the fact that people are working. I credited the fact that people are able to launch their careers. I credit the fact that they're able to boost and pad their resume and their credentials as it applies to film. But I'm talking about when the rubber meets the road. See, the difference is there are very few people that are out there in the street. Like I see them brothers in Baltimore who are going out every week that are on the street talking to people about how to get off drugs, how to take care of your family, how to clean up your record. See, that's the real deal. That what we see on TV, when we talk about, okay, that is what is become. That is to become. That, sure, some people live that, but you can go to homes and families right here in the District of Columbia, Maryland, Baltimore. You can go to all these neighborhoods and you got moms working like they can't work no more to make sure their children are playing sports and make sure that their children are getting the best they can out of the Baltimore School of the Arts. My point is, and they still got drama. So when you have power, use power. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna share something with you, so that we understand, in my opinion, when you have power, how to use power. This is a queen who is taking an enormous amount of pride in the job that she's doing. And we're gonna wrap after we come off this. I'm gonna give Ty Griel an opportunity. This sister right here, the Speaker of the House, Adrienne Jones, unveiled in the state of Maryland the Black Agenda, focused on health, wealth, and home ownership. She is one of 2 African Americans in the entire country, women, who are, at this given time, in a position as the leader of the state legislature. And she said, for all of these years, African Americans have had, white people have had an agenda here in the state of Maryland. We're going to have a black agenda in the state of Maryland this year, focused on health, focused on wealth, focused on home ownership, because African Americans were redlined. And in addition to red lines, African Americans' homes are still being undervalued and underappreciated by real estate appraisers, still today in 2021. And so as a result of that, my point to you all is, when you are in power, no pun intended, you have to act like you're in power, because our community, our ancestors are dependent on it. I was sitting in a meeting the other day. So thank you. Let me just say thank you to the Queen, Adrian Jones, Speaker Adrian Jones, the delegate who has put forth a Black agenda supported by the Maryland Black Caucus and the Maryland Black Caucus Foundation and all the people who work to bring forward such an event where the focus of legislation, of policy, and even the Police Bill of Rights is being now challenged. So the police officers, after they shoot somebody, have to get 3 to 5 days to wait before they come in and be interviewed. When you and I be interviewed immediately, we going downtown without any questions asked. And so these things are taking place as a result of somebody using their power for good. We all evolve, and I pray that we continue to evolve. I just want us to recognize the importance and the significance of, when you're in power, using your power for good. When you got that platform, when you have millions of people watching you, you have millions of people that you have the ability to influence, and you already are paid, you already are wealthy, you already are rich, you can put people in jobs no matter what you do. It's what you choose to do with that power. And so I just encourage us, as we deal with this next election, this next administration, to be excited about the fact that we have the first African-American woman, to be excited about the fact that she's also Asian, to be excited about the fact that there are a lot of women in the administration, a lot of people of color, but be more excited about the work that you can do to make sure that they do the things that they do to unravel the crime bill that Biden pushed when he was a senator, because that sent millions of Black men to jail. And what Ty is talking about, and what 50 Cent went through, and all the people that went to jail, not for violent crimes for 20 years, but for petty crimes for 20 years because of a 3 strikes you're out bill. So it's a lot of work to be done. I want us to celebrate. I want us to be happy for the sister, but I want us to hold ourselves accountable first in the work that we do in our own communities to make us do right. And I want to make sure that we support that administration to make them do what it is they're supposed to do. Just like you see this sister saying, hey, look, you had a white agenda for however long the state of Maryland has been constituted. Now it's time for a Black agenda. When you're in power, act like you're in power.
May I say one little teeny thing?
Sure, and then we're gonna give it to my brother Ty, and then 5.
Yeah, okay. So, and
because it's Funky Friday, and we got serious all of
Funky Friday. So I agree with you 1,000%, and I'm in a position of power, so I put good content out, but I also make sure I do small things. I start off small. You will never, ever, ever see anything negative on my Facebook page, on my Instagram page. I'm always supporting. Those are the little things. Anybody who says those negative things, Black men, Black women, and ends and all, no, delete and block. That's my contribution. Those are my things. I have children. I have grandchildren. So I'm wiser. So I have to start at home and then build myself up.
Start at home, man. Ladies and gentlemen.
You get what I'm saying? I've got 2 grandkids, and I strive to do better. You will never see my nieces, my nephews, or anything on Facebook and saying, "Oh my God, why did Auntie put this up? Why did Auntie do this?" What? No, you won't ever see it. You won't ever see those type of things. So those type of things is individuality, like you said, that we have to start small. And what's on our page, and anybody that's negative, get them off. I will block somebody so quick and make your head spin. So those are the things. That's the power I use in the home. Yeah.
I know that's right. So Millie, please tell us how we can reach you and how people can follow your show, Millie in the City.
Yeah, so Millie in the City, I'm a brand. I'm so excited. So I have a show called Beyond Me, the show, and you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. You can find Millie in the City, all of those places. And come February, all the New Orleans, I know, New Orleans, am I saying it right? I will be on the WB starting in February. So you can look for me there. Thank you.
All right. That's Millie in the City. Thank you so much, Millie. We appreciate you for being on, and we hope you'll come back again and share some more of the latest fashions and trends that are going on. Even talk about your favorite TV shows if you like. I ain't mad.
Well, Bridgerton. Bridgerton is.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we caught on that over here as well. Hey, brother, Ty Gray L, thank you so much for blessing us with your poetry, man, your lyrics. You know, we really appreciate your spirit and your energy. And so give something, man, that takes home to get the, just pump us up this Funky Friday. Share a little bit of the ice spice of TyGrayL.com, also known as Cake Daddy.
I'm not gonna let it go.
I have to live with that. I'm gonna have to live with that.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to my sister Eartha Harris from Titan It Radio. Check her out on WOLB 1010 WOLB 1010 a.m. In Baltimore, Maryland. We'll also catch them on the internet 1 p.m. on Saturdays. But go ahead, TyGrayL.com.
Well, I just want to say this: first place, I agree with you, man. The images we have been controlled by images. And the images that we see, and also we've been controlled by what we hear, and it's on us. You're right, to shape that narrative, to change it from the negative. And so I'm going to end with a piece I wrote. It's a short piece called "One Man," and I also wrote "One Woman," but this is about the power of one man being kind. And before I share it, I want you to recognize, everybody listening, that every man that I mentioned in this piece is a Black man. I don't care what you saw on television. I don't care how many images you've seen in books saying that these guys, the names I'm about to call, were of European descent. It is a bold-faced lie. Like Dr. King said, somebody told a lie one day. And so I want you to understand that the power of being kind will turn this whole thing around. If one man would make up his mind to everyone he meets, be kind, fix his heart on that which is true. If one man would be so bold as to embrace gospel and hold, just think what 1 million men could do. If one man changed his thought each time that tempter brought some selfish scheme that would his neighbor undo, if he thought for just a minute, just where is the kindness in it? Just think what 1 million thoughts like that could do. If David could slay that giant, though huge and extremely defiant, and Solomon had the wisdom to think things through. If Shadrach could walk through fire and his entire village inspire, just think what 1 million Shadrachs could do. If Noah could build that ark, though some folk thought it a lark, and Jesus could cure those deaf and blind men too. If Samson's strength was that of 10 ordinary men, just think what 1 million Samsons could do. If one man would take a second when his needy neighbor beckoned and followed literally Moses' 10th command, with spirits filled and nourished, our neighborhoods would flourish. How quickly peace would spread throughout this land. If one man, just one man, made up his mind to, no matter what, be kind, no matter what others might put him through, the strength of that one man's resolve would all our problems solve. And just think what 1 million men like that could do. And I want to say this in closing, Brother Darius Stanton, you are 1 in 1 million.
Absolutely.
Yo, A5. Long live the spirit of the Million Man March.
Long live the spirit of the Million Man March.
Yeah.
Long live the spirit of the Million Man March. Well,
Long live the spirit of the Million Man March.
Support us. We are working tirelessly to make sure that we keep the life and the spirit. October 16th, 2021, Druid Hill Park in Baltimore City, Maryland. At sunrise, we will be there praying as we were last year. And as Queen Eartha, Derek Chase, Edwin Avent, Brother Howard, Brother Terrence of City of Gods, just a host, a list of other folks that have been out there year after year after year after year praying. Kendrick Tillman, DJ Five Star, out there on Druid Hill Park when the sun comes up, praying, giving homage to the beautiful day and all our great righteous ancestors who paved the way for us to bring that million men to DC in that element. So on October 16, 2021, make sure you join us at Druid Hill Park. Put it on your calendar right now. And if you're not able to be there, then you do it in your city, do it in your neighborhood. But we will be out there, and we are working to continue to keep us together, be able to share those dollars in our community and push positive media like you see today. So look, it's been my pleasure to have you all as a host and guest, Queen Millie in the City of Beyond Me Show, and our good brother TyGriel.com. Please go check his site out. Go to his YouTube. The brother, as you see, is. And then you cannot leave out the general. Thank you, Big Dreamers. Big Dreamers, for your support. And definitely want to shout out our good brothers over there at Tunnel Vision for doing the good work that you all are doing. Don't forget, hey, listen, next week we're going to be focusing on Pure Light Technology. That's right, Pure Light Technology. Get your bulbs that reduce viruses in the air, bacteria, kills mold. We got the bulbs. We can sell them to you. We put it out there for you right now, Pure Light Technology. As a matter of fact, Five, tell them what happened when you put Pure Lights in your house for a whole year with your your grandson who was asthmatic. Tell them, just give them a quick little testimony, Five.
It's so funny you said that because I'm actually about to do a commercial. Like, soon as we hang up, I'm doing a live commercial because Muhammad is talking to the mayor of Jersey and he needed some footage. So I'm actually in the process of connecting this dot right now. I actually had it up ready just to show Pure Light. So I'm going to talk about this light bulb that basically is an air purification system in a light bulb. And so as you can see in some of the images that I'm showing, that I have Pure Light all over the place in my house, about 30 light bulbs. So starting from my bedroom and my closet there, going into the whole bedroom, our workout rooms. I'm here in my studio downstairs. Pure Light is everywhere. It's the brightest light in the house, and it's only a 5-watt bulb or 9-watt bulb, so it saves you on your energy savings. And my grandson has reduced so much that he doesn't use his nebulizer anymore for his asthma. Of course, we have it over our stove, have it in our refrigerator. We have Pure Light everywhere. It's about 35 bulbs here and just in the studio here in the in my studio and the whole household, and it's just amazing. I mean, I've let a guy smoke a cigar in my basement, and the smell just disappeared. When we designed the studio, we were cutting wood and noticed that you don't smell wood. Fresh wood should linger for at least a day or two, and immediately the bulb just dispenses those harmful smells. Any problems with mold, it cleans up mold, as well as just being able to clean the air. I mean, I have a whole little machine over there that I was going to show that basically shows the air measurements here in the house, and it's always in the green in the top 1 percentile of, and it's in the Pure Light. And it's in a light bulb. I just unscrew the light bulb, and it's in your hand. It doesn't break, and I'm just excited to be a part of the Pure Light movement. So with that,
wow, where is it? A link or something or tech? I mean, how do you
give me a call? You can call us at 410-703-1898, and we'll share with you how you can get your delivery of Pure Lights. And they come in every bulb that you have. So if you have whatever type of bulb that you need, Pure Light can provide, that for you. It's the technology is from NASA. It's used in the space shuttles.
So let me ask you guys a pragmatic question right here. So
sure. 30 seconds or less.
The most light that's been on me lately are these lights right here. So you have it Pure Light in these? Because this
ring light.
I'm finding myself.
Yeah, guess what? So the Pure Light is so bright that light that you have, if it's not equal to, Pure Light will be better. It will not be less than that ring light that you're working with right now. So Pure Light is just that strong, it's just that bright. This is the beauty of it. When you have Pure Light, the 10 square feet in the area where the light is exuded, the oxygen level is raised. And when the oxygen level raises, that means that your blood is pure. That means that more oxygen is getting to the brain. That means that the dust mites and all the other bacteria that is in the air is being depleted and you're getting more oxygen. Therefore, your heart rate is better. All those things come into, so that means there's less stress. That means you're more focused. It does so much for the body. Stay tuned for next Funky Friday next week when we bring on the Pure Light Technology crew and we talk about what Pure Light can do for you. This is Darius A. Stanton with Funky Friday. We got the 5-star DJ to take it out. Out there. Hey, it's Peace in the Morning, baby. If you want to motivate, you want to take your story to the next level, reach out to us. We got our phone numbers in the chat. We're going to get with you. It's time to crank it up. Peace in the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Peace in the Morning Show. Share this to your page, even if you're coming in on the rebroadcast.
Take it to the top. 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 Take it to the top.
Hey, Five, I couldn't leave without letting them see the winter edition of the Life magazine, Flat Out. I couldn't leave without them seeing it. I had to let them see.
Oh, nice. I saw that. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't
Nice.
ready for it.
Nice.
Yeah, I
I
had
wasn't
to
ready for
make
it.
sure you go to Life magazine, get your copy online, digital, for just $1.99. The Life magazine featuring none other than DJ 5-star. There
And
he
he's
is.
there's no way he's a grandfather. He lying.
There you go, Five. There you go, Five.
I got 2
Hey,
grandkids. I'm
No,
serious.
you don't. No, I don't believe you. Sorry. You look
My-
30. I'm sorry.
my-
No,
my-
you're lying.
My wife is 56.
No, I don't believe you.
My
Sorry.
step adults have produced me 2 beautiful grandkids. You don't
Nope.
say step grandkids, you say grandkids. All they know
I
is
still
pop
don't
pop.
believe you. I'm sorry.
4
Sorry.
and 5.
Nope.
Don't
I
make,
don't
don't make me
believe
call my grandson down here and he say, "Don't talk about my pop pop. They don't play about my. They don't play
you. You
about
look
pop pop." around
30,
here."
sir. You look
Well,
30.
I'll
okay?
be 40 in 30 days, 32 days. Was it 30 days?
That's
6
right.
weeks.
We're gonna
6
have
weeks
a
from
party.
today.
Yeah.
6 weeks from today, March 5th. I'll be 40. So
Oh, you're in my birthday is in 2 weeks. I'm an Aquarius, just like my cake daddy.
okay, all right. We ain't got no problems with that. So, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
I want to get your information. Put it in the
Millionaire
chat,
City.
though. You're awesome.
awesome. I got you.
Thank you so much, Darius. Thank you.
And it's my
Y'all have
handle
a
right
good
here
day.
too. So I'm gonna follow you if it's Millie in the City. I'm DJ 5-star.
It's Millie in the City. And you are awesome. I'm always looking for DJs. I'm connected, so I just you are awesome.
Awesome. And we just
Cake Daddy.
launched the product too.
Oh
So
my God.
we just launched the product. So I would love to connect with you on our product. It's called Math Through Music. It teaches young people how to DJ using 5th grade through 9th grade math. It's the first in the country. Our partnership is international. So we basically have a partnership in Canada. The Canadian federal government did a 5-year study. It doubled math scores there, covering upper and lower limits, addition, subtraction. It's basically
Absolutely need to talk. We
Yep.
absolutely need to talk. Please connect with me. I'm here for it. I'm so
Awesome.
here for it. That is awesome. And I've got grandkids, and my boyfriend has grandkids and sons, and I'm here for it. Please, I definitely want that.
Millie in the City, following you right
Millie
now. There
in
you
the
go.
City.
Boom.
Bye, guys. My daughter gonna call me twice. You're my this iPhone. What is it called?
iPhone.
I know the iChat. It's called what?
FaceTime.
FaceTime. It's called the FaceTime. Okay, I got to work on it.
Hey, Five, we appreciate you, brother Millie. Always a
Darius.
good food. Chocolate bar. We see you at the next go-go. Peace in the morning.